Barely caught that one. Thanks.
If you're new here, I'm Anna. I'm a professional climber, and for the last 14 months, my career has basically been on pause because of injuries. Today is my first video back. I'll catch you up on everything that's happened, answer your biggest questions, and see what happens when I try to boulder again.
There's this black, really dynamic climb that I've not been able to do. It's like hard because it's so slopery, but that also means it's really good on my finger. So I think I wonder if I'm ready for it.
Good job.
Oh, I didn't expect to do that. It's not like, it felt so slippery up at the top. Yeah. But everything felt good. That's what we've been working on, is like slapping holds with velocity. Should I catch them up on the timeline?
Sure.
I guess it starts in June of 2025. I was climbing in Madagascar and I started experiencing this pain in my wrist, and little did I know it was going to be a really long injury.
It took 4 months to work through what ended up being a double tear of the FCR tendon and scapholunate ligament.
By November, the wrist was starting to feel better. In January, I planned a climbing trip in Colombia. And by February, I was matching my hardest sends ever. And then February 6th happened. Suddenly, pop, my finger broke while full crimping a side pole. I didn't really know I broke it until about a month later, and I was back in the States and I got imaging. And I'm not sure if it was a volar plate avulsion fracture or a collateral ligament avulsion fracture, but my finger was this big and I was not going to be climbing for many, many months. Since I couldn't climb, I started a 3-month intense weightlifting protocol so I could get stronger while my finger was literally broken. In June, I started climbing with a 3-finger drag, and in July, I introduced the half crimp. So I think that pretty much catches us up to right now. Should we do some slab?
Let's do some slab. Yeah.
Thank you to the sponsor of today's video, Bottlebottle. They're no stranger to this channel. They're great. I mean, it keeps your water cold. That's a plus, but this one's super high tech and fun. Okay, check this out. There's a button that just like
Opens it up.
Uncaps. Yeah, it opens it up. Okay. And then there's a button here that
Whoa.
that like pulls the water up.
Slurp.
It's awesome. And obviously you don't spill it over yourself. I just felt like it was fun to show that. I peed myself. It's just like super handy. I love this water bottle. It's my gym go-to. I'll have chalk on my hands. I'm going to climb, and I don't really want like chalk getting into my straw or anything like that, right? So it's nice and covered and clean. And I will leave a link to this water bottle in the description below. And a big thank you to them for supporting the channel, not just this once, but multiple times over the years. I asked people on my Instagram if they had any questions, like an AMA, ask me anything, and I would answer them throughout this video. So the first one is from Hannah Morris. You may know her here on YouTube. She's an absolute powerhouse. And obviously she's been going through a pretty life-changing leg injury. And so I asked if she had any questions that she would like answered from someone who is also going through a really long injury. So she says, as I've been making my way back to climbing after injury, one of the questions I've been asked most is, why on earth would you even want to go back to climbing after it hurt you so badly? Maybe time to give up? I think some people have struggled to understand why I'd invest so much time and energy into returning to climbing after an accident. Oh, that hits hard. Yeah, sometimes you just don't get it if you don't love climbing that much. You know, you're just like, it's just a hobby, pick a new one, right? But like for people like us who have made our entire lives around climbing and just love it so much, it's just really hard to walk away. It doesn't feel like the life I don't think either of us want to live. Many people have suggested to me that continuing to climb isn't worth the risk. Obviously, I wholeheartedly disagree, but I'm curious how your injury has affected how you answer the question, how do you justify climbing as worth the risk? When you're climbing, you're constantly making these risk assessments in your head and you're gauging things as like, this is worth the risk or this isn't, or I'm really confident about this, and even though it's maybe a high risk, it's like well within your control. Or we hear like Alex Honnold say things like this too, and even though it's kind of high risk, it's low probability, and it's just like, worth what risk? Like I feel like people have this perceived idea of what the risk is, and for me, just climbing at a gym, how many hours have I put into gym climbing and outdoor climbing? And yeah, I haven't really gotten too injured really until this last year. So yeah, I don't have any reason to believe that I'm just going to be injured all the time. Like that doesn't seem logical. What part of recovery from a long-term injury do you think people underestimate or misunderstand the most? Like I've gotten a lot of comments like, well, now you can be more well-rounded, or now you can like pursue other things in life. And it's like, I know it's well-intended, but it just feels like it doesn't quite understand like where I'm at and what I need from my life. That was so tricky. That was so good.
Cool. Good job.
Thanks, super balancy.
That was awesome. That was so cool.
Oh, that was awesome. I love how none of it's graded either. It's just like, here's a climb, ghost pointing.
Yeah, you gotta ghost point.
You gotta ghost point it. My foot got stuck on my other foot. This comes from Louise on my Patreon, which you can join for free. And I actually just put a big Q&A that answered all of the questions on my Patreon, so check that out. Louise says, good to hear you're getting there, Anna. I'm curious about strength training, which I think you're doing quite a bit of while recovering from your wrist and finger injuries. Are there any lessons you've learned about how to progress in a sustainable manner, where gains have come from the most? Any tip that strikes you as most useful? Sticking to a plan for 3 months was really good because I got to see those exercises kind of exponentially increase, and I finally learned form on deadlifts and other exercises I had never learned, so I just avoided them. I was like, well, I'm not gonna do deadlifts because it hurts my lower back, instead of learning how to do the right form. So I think it taught me a lot about sticking to something even when it's hard, and just seeing a lot of results from doing that. It was just so positive. I was like, okay, cool, my body actually can gain muscle, because I've always said my body struggles to gain muscle, which I think like in the grand scheme of things, it probably does gain muscle quite slowly. But like it was cool to kind of challenge that belief a little bit. Also, if you have the means, it's really awesome to hire a coach. I hired Natasha Barnes. She helped me a lot with the weightlifting and just feeling really capable in my body in a way I've never felt, and with all the form tips. So I'm so glad that I was able to have someone coach me through this new sport, really. Okay, the crimps are big enough and I was on my feet enough to where it was like way less force exertion.
Yeah, it looked awesome.
That was so hard to figure out.
Good job.
Today is the day of trying new grips.
That's right.
That's right. You just gotta introduce them at some point, and why not? Like no time like the present.
That's right. No present like the time.
And no present like the time.
This is such nice lighting.
Oh, nice. Okay, yellow. I had one choice to make, and it was which foot to start on, and I chose the wrong one. Has rehab changed how you'll train and manage injuries in the future? Oh my gosh, so much. I think like the biggest takeaway is RPE, which is like the relative perceived energy.
Exertion.
Yeah. Exertion. This is just a way of not overdoing it. And I honestly thought every time I had to go into the gym, I had to just kind of like cook myself and make sure I'm sore the next day and just go until I can't go anymore. You know, it's like you're doing pull-ups and it's just like, you just gotta fight, like you can, and then you fail, right? So I was doing everything until failure, and working with Natasha, I realized you can definitely see a lot of gains and then still have the benefits of a solid recovery if you do like an RPE of 7 or 8. For the most part, I'm gonna try to keep things in this like safe zone where I'm not gonna be so fatigued and tired that I get injured. Such a small foot. So blocked. I'm on the jug. That's a crazy small hold. I don't know if I've got that. Oh my God, it's so scary to trust that.
I actually get the full harder to your left.
To be able to get that foot up? Yeah, that could be it. This one's from Pablo, our friend here.
Yes.
How do you manage your stoke on climbing and control yourself when you are injured? Yeah, I think to keep the stoke up, it's really important to have friends around. Like when Connor's at the gym with me, he's filming right now, I know my sessions are way better. And when Pablo's there and like other friends are around, it's really easy to have a good session even if, you know, things aren't perfectly going well. And then how to combat the flip side of that, like when you're too stoked and you're injured, I think also just having friends that aren't like gonna egg you on or kind of, I don't know, push you to do things you're not comfortable with in that way. Like friends who are kind of aware, okay, she's coming back from injury, let me just check in with her. If my fingers were healthy, I would swoop into that. Yeah. But I can't, so now I have to do everything static and it's feeling I'm struggling with this. I think I want to save it for later.
Save it for later. You want to try something more powerful?
Yeah, let's try something more powerful.
On the steeper wall?
On the steeper wall?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or
yeah.
what? Or you want to say
Sure, yeah, why not? Let's just try something.
Nice. All right, what are you thinking?
Okay, so we're gonna end the video on something a bit tricky for me because what?
Exciting.
Okay, exciting. So yeah, it's been a really long injury. I'm 5.5 months into my finger, been slowly strengthening it, but you know, I can't full crimp yet. I think I'm gonna try this green, lime green V7, and it's obviously all crimpy. And if I can statically reach the holds, it's usually not too much of an issue. Like my finger is stable, but what I'm worried about and what I think Connor's worried about is there's a move here that looks like you kind of like go out to a hold and then dead point. And that I think, well, I don't know, maybe I won't be able to do that. Maybe that's not like reasonable for my injury, but I don't really have another idea of what to do. And
it's good to push it a bit, I guess.
Good to push it every now and then, so.
So, okay, beginning looks kind of like a decent left hand edge, and then you have like a pretty good right hand edge as well, so nice start. Mind you, I believe this is like a 35-degree wall, so steeper. You got a nice foot jib here, but there's no feet to start, so you're basically starting off of these guys, and then you pop up to these blocked crimps. And these block crimps are a bit worse. Like this, ouch, hurts my cuticle. I can barely get in there. Like for me, it's like tight on my fingy. and I don't even know. It's like a full pad, but it's like quite blocked and unbelievably ouchy on my cuticle, so that hurt me. And then this one is a smaller left hand, so awareness on that. And then you got some slippery jibs here, especially that one is especially slippery. And then you got a good hold and a bad hold and some more bad holds. So let's see how Ani does. So what are you thinking?
So the angle isn't too high on my knuckles, so it should be fine to start. This is super precise.
And it's blocked, so you can't really get too high angle on it anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
At least I couldn't.
Yeah.
Just like use big feet and just like grab the grabs, see how they feel. It's a nice way to warm your finger up too.
Okay. So scary.
Okay.
Scary.
Yeah, a little scary. But that's the way though, because you're able to use other feet to take way more weight off to sort of just feel the holds.
Yeah, I just used any feet.
Nice, Anna. That looks good.
Do you go, you probably,
Well, I don't think you necessarily go like that. I think you might want to use that right foot on the
Okay.
wall.
holy,
How'd that feel?
just the amount of pressure I have to like
Half crimp?
half crimp that.
Just keep trying though. I think you're doing the right thing.
So this is the mentally difficult part. It's like knowing that my healthy body could just lock that off and then just not being able to. The disconnect is like super sad sometimes.
Yeah. Come on. Yes. Awesome. That was so good.
I'm full crimping.
That's crazy.
Never been done before, folks.
Good, Anna. Come on. Really nice. Let's go, come on. One more move, you got that. Yes! Sick. Yoo-hoo!
Woo!
Awesome!
I can't believe I just full crimped.
That was so sick. Great work.
My finger feels really like what the hell are you doing?
That was so great. That was the craziest thing I've seen you climb in the last 5 months.
Really?
Yes, without a doubt. Don't you think?
Yeah.
For hold style and dynamic.
It was so crimpy. I felt like I had to full crimp
Nice.
and just get my thumb involved. Let's end it on a high note. I full crimped for the first time. I'm super psyched. I feel like I'm finally coming back. I mean, obviously things aren't the same, but you can be here and follow my journey. I am planning on making regular videos again, so if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. Everything helps, and I'm almost at 200K, which is just unfathomable. I'll leave my Patreon link in the description below where I have a lot of more questions that I answer. And thanks to the sponsor of today's video. Bye.